Yeah. Okay. So good morning, all the students. So today we'll
Good morning, sir.
good morning, all of you. So today we'll start with a topic that is theory building. Okay. So before I start, again, let me give you a brief introduction. Brief introduction to what is a theory. Okay. See, in research, generally there are hypotheses. I think theory I have not told you till now, but I have, and you are also acquainted with what is a hypothesis, right? So, uh, theory is something which is, suppose you have read already some theory you have read. So there are different theories in the field of marketing, HR, finance, and different business domains have different theories, right? So theory of, just like there is a theory called theory of planned behavior, right? That's in the OB domain, right? I think you have studied this Maslow's need hierarchy theory, right? Where he is talking about that what are the basic needs and what are the upper level needs, higher level needs, right? So Maslow's need hierarchy theory. Then in finance, you will find also some theories. So what is a theory that we need to understand? What is a theory, right? Now theory is, see, some is it's very, it's a very difficult question, that what is a theory. Theory is, you will find that, yeah, obviously, just like need hierarchy theory was started by Maslow. So we know that it is Maslow's need hierarchy. He is the person, right? Now what he did actually, how did he build this theory? So we will learn something about theory building. How so there are some theorists, try to understand. Generally what a researcher does, researcher takes some theory. Suppose you want to do some project, life project, right? So what you will do, you will take a theory, you will take Maslow's need hierarchy theory, and you will try to prove with data. So you are a researcher, suppose you are a researcher, you want to prove that these are the 5 stages of, say, a person's physiological needs and all those needs, and then the self-actualization or belief, that to the upper level. So you will take data and you can show by, so that is called empirically testing the theory. Generally, the researchers take some theory, they take some theory and then collect some data, fix, try to have some variables, right? From the theory, you take some variables, you build a theoretical model. That model is yours, right? Try to understand that theory building, how it is done. Theory was, suppose theory was done by Maslow, but you take a part of the theory and you prove it with the help of data. You test it, rather, not proof, because you can prove the sums. You will find that sometimes theory are proved wrong, right? Or theory are extended also, right? So this law of gravitational force, right? Newton started with this law, right? Rather, later on, different scientists have worked and they have extended the theory. They have done various. So theory is continuously built upon. That we have to understand. So theory is a. Let us now go by the uh, some definitions so that you get a clarity of what is. So today, our today's topic will be only theory and theory building. Okay, what is a theory? So let us take some examples so that it gets clear. Is my PPT visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please let me know if sometime I get, any problem is there, please. Because in this mode, it's very difficult to. Okay. So, yeah. So, theory. What is a theory? Let us understand some definitions also. Okay. So, let me take my. So, what is a theory basically? It's a formal, logical, just go by this definition, a formal, logical explanation of some events that includes predictions or how things relate to one another, right? So it's a prediction, it's a logical explanation, right? Just like suppose employee motivation. Suppose if I call that organization organization culture has a impact, right? Has a impact on on productivity, employee productivity. Okay, let us talk about employees, right? Now, employee productivity. Okay, so let us just, for example, I have taken these two variables. Already you are in a position to understand what is a variable. We had some discussion, right? So what is a theory? Now, see, suppose any theory says, I will give you a list of theories. So, but let us understand what is a theory. So suppose a theory says that if the organizational culture is good, or say if the organizational culture is good, the employee productivity will increase, right? So this is a theory, right? Or this is a part of a theory. Theory can be very big also, right? We take a part of a theory. So what the part of a theory says, that yes, if organizational culture is good, if my organization culture is good, say companies like Toyota, and in our India, Tata's, right? Then there are various companies, right? So you will find Infosys, Tata. These are the companies where the organizational culture is very good. Now you as a researcher, you want that I will make a study, right? I will do a study. Does organizational culture, if it is good, will it improve the employee productivity? So you want to test this theory or part of a theory, right? So you want to test this theory, right? So what you will do as a researcher, you will go to the, suppose you take 10 companies in the, or you can, if you see, whenever we do in one company, it is called a case study. Suppose you want to do with Tata only or Infosys only, one company, when we do, it is called a case study. That means I am seeing only in Infosys, does this theory stands true in Infosys, that organizational culture will increase employee productivity. So as a, this is as a, say, you are trying to prove. Now what I will do as a researcher, you will try to prove this theory empirically, right? I think you understand what do you mean by empirically. Empirically means you will now collect data. Organization culture. Now for organizational culture, you will see, say, what is the culture. That means what are the salary benefits, what are the reward, what are the retirement benefits, what are the different loyalty thing, and then what are the different salary, or non even reward programs given by the organization to the employees if they perform well. And does this does this does this organizational culture benefits improve employee productivity. So now you have to take the data for suppose last 10 years and you see that whether with the change of organizational culture, the employee productivity has increased. So you will make a questionnaire and you will fill all these two variables. So you will make some question on organizational culture. How good is your organization? What are the benefits? Do they give retirement benefits? Do the salary come on the say on the day one of the month, right? Do they give PPF facilities, public provident fund, sorry, EPF, employee provident fund facilities? How much EPF? Generally good companies give 12% employee provident fund. I think you will understand all this. Just I am giving example of some HR, good HR companies with good HR policies. So you will take a question, then you will ask about productivity in the last 5 years. What was your productivity? So you will different questions you will form, submit that question, and then you will ask, that from your data you will do analysis and you will say yes. In Tata Steel, suppose Tata Steel is a company. Tata Group has 90 companies in India, 90 companies from different sectors. Suppose it is in Tata Steel. So you will say yes, organizational culture impacts upon employee productivity. So that is your case study. So some of you may write a case study also on this, right? Very good topic. All these are your live project topics. Okay, you should keep noting, although I will give in a slide all the live project topics, but these are your nothing but live project topics. Okay, so what is a theory? Now try to understand. So goals of theory. What actually a theorist? Theorist is a person who develops the theory, right? What is the method? I will come to the method of building theory later on. But let us first understand what is a theory. So theory is formal, logical. See, very logical. Organization culture, if it is good, employee productivity will be good, right? This is a logical deduction, right? But does it hold true in all the companies, right? Or in all the countries? Does it hold true in US, UK, and also India, or any Middle East, South Asian countries, or Middle East countries? Does it hold true in all the countries? That is called generalizability, right? So those are different issue. Let us not go in. So what is a theory? A theory is a formal, logical explanation of some events. What is the event? Organizational culture. And ultimately research will come boil down to some variable, right? Whenever you will be doing live project also, you will see that you have to work with some variable, right? Ultimately the lowest unit of any theory is a variable, nothing but a variable. Okay, so what are the goals of theory? Why a theory is written? If your question might be, sir, what is the use of theory, right? Because see, goals are that understanding the business, this one, understanding and predict. If you see, these are the broad two say uh, aim of a theory, right? So here you can see, you can understand something. You can understand two variables, how they are associated. You can see here how these variables are related. How this, so theory tells us how two variables are related, right? Suppose student performance. Thus I am giving you a very example that as a student you will understand. Student performance, right? Student performance. If I want to measure student performance, so I need to understand that how should I understand measure a student performance, right? So we can take any example. So this is in a nutshell a theory. A theory is a formal, logical explanations of some events that includes predictions or how things relate to one another. Okay, so that is a theory. Now some research concepts. Okay, concept or construct. What we call in research. Oh, people are entering till now. Concept, or you have to understand these terms. Okay, concept. What is a concept, right? Now, concepts are, I'm just reading because you should understand this definition also. A generalized idea. What is a concept? Any idea? Can anybody just interact? What is a concept? Anyone can unmute yourself. What is a concept or a construct? Construct is a new term, I understand, but what do we mean by concept? Any idea? Hello, anyone? Yes,
Uh,
yes,
so a
Shivanshi.
concept could be a framework or some footstep following which we can do something or achieve something.
Okay, okay, very near, very near. Okay. Any other, yeah, any other inputs? See, don't take these terms as a definition. Take this as a real life. Think of your real life, you will understand. Okay, research is nothing but extending the concepts to our real life only. So, what is a concept? Any idea? Anyone can just share one or two lines, one or two, three lines. What is a concept? Yeah. Yes. Anyone? Please unmute and you can interact. Unmute. Okay. Okay. Let me explain this because it might be. So what is the see concept is nothing. We know we in daily life we tell that concept, right? Concept or in research. Now research language it is actually called construct, right? As a researcher you must as a management student you must understand there are some terminologies. So it is called a construct, right? Construct. So what is a construct or concept? A generalized idea about a class of objects, attributes, occurrences, or process that has been given a name, right? Suppose leadership, right? Morale, okay? These two are in the HR domain. See, in HR domain, these two studies are very, very common. You will find studies on leadership, different styles of leadership. You will find these are nothing but concept or construct, right? So concept is nothing but construct. See, suppose in finance, for finance students, GDP. I think all of you know what is GDP, assets, right? Now, in for this one, for marketing students, customer satisfaction, market share, and obviously customer loyalty. Customer loyalty also will come. Many things, many concepts will come. I have given some examples. So see, what are this? Leadership, morale, GDP, assets, customer sat. Now, try to understand. Let me take this customer satisfaction. So customer or let me give you a very example from the student perspective. That will be good. I think suppose student performance, right? Section G, section G, student performance. Now tell me, some of you, I think this you can tell me. What is student performance? What is student performance? Yes, now you this thing you can tell this is from yours. What is student performance? Hello?
Sir, student performance is when we give marks or rank to the student according to their performance or their score.
Yeah, very good. But suppose I want to measure, now from research perspective, try to understand. Suppose I want to measure student performance. I don't know the 60 students I have taught in other section. Now, suppose I want to measure the student performance. I want to say, as a researcher, I want to do research on student performance of section G of IBS. Clear? So my concept is, what is my concept or construct? Student performance, right? Now, how do I measure this? That becomes my, it is called item or variable, what you told. I think who any other suggestion, what is student performance? See here that the concept will come from yours only, so that's why I'm asking. Any, what do we mean by student performance? Any other idea? What is student performance? Yes, yes, Daksha. It's Daksha or Daksh?
Sir Daksh.
Daksh. What is student performance?
Sir, I think it is related to how much they are accurate in whatever task they are doing. Yeah, if they are doing some kind of project, so they must be accurate. So the degree of their accuracy is student performance, I think.
Okay, okay, very good. Any other suggestion? What is student performance? Right. See, all the other concepts are industry based, and I think many of you are not having industry experience, so I am asking some concept which you are every day facing, right? You are, and you are bothered. You sometimes, always I find student telling me, sir, my grade will be low, my grade will be high, I am very worried, my grade itna ho gaya, kam ho gaya, low ho gaya. So you are, as a student, you are worried, I know very well. So student performance is nothing but a what? In research, it is a construct, right? But see, this is, if I tell student performance, it is very abstract. No, student performance is abstract. Suppose I want to measure the student performance. So what do we mean by student performance? It is an abstract idea. But now I am telling, now look at my screen. I am telling I will look for attendance. Okay. I will look for attendance. मेरे पास है, every week I am getting attendance. I will look for marks of last semester, SEM1 marks. Please try to understand. Marks SEM1. I will go for punctuality in assignment submitting, suppose, or assignment submission. Okay, suppose I have given some assignment. How many students have submitted on time? So assignment on time, let me call it assignment on time, right? So these three, what are these three? Student performance is abstract. Try to understand what I am meaning. Student performance is abstract. Student performance, what is student? Suppose customer satisfaction. Please, anybody just tell me what is customer satisfaction? What is customer satisfaction? It's a concept or construct, right? But we have to define that in terms. Suppose now I have defined, I will see the attendance of the student in the last semester. I will see the marks of the student, right? And I will see the assignment on time. These three, what are these three? These three are nothing but variables. This is my variable. See, I can measure this. I can measure this attendance, right? If I ask to ACC department, within 1 hour, they will send me the attendance record of semester 1. So I can measure. If I ask for marks of semester 1, I will get within 1 hour. And I will, that means I will get the data. What I mean is, as a researcher, I will get the data. And if I want approach each faculty, they will tell me these are the students who submitted assignment on time, and these are the students who did not submit the assignment on time. So these are my variables. But what I am trying to do with these variables, actually what I am measuring, I am measuring student performance. So student performance is my construct here. And attendance, marks, assignment, it may be say non-academic also. Suppose how you performed in your club and cultural. I can make in many 10 variables I can have to measure student performance. I have taken only academic one. There can be non-academic also. So what I mean is this construct or concept is a bit abstract thing, right? It can be measured. See, actually we have to measure, as you know, in research we have to measure everything. I told my customer is satisfied, right? I do a research, I tell that my customers are satisfied. Then the owner will tell, how can you tell, how have you measured the customer satisfaction, right? Then what should I answer? Yes, anyone? Just like student performance, I have shown you how should I measure. So you can, customer satisfaction, I will also can tell, yes, see, these many numbers have repurchased from the retail store. If it is a retail store, this many number customers have given good feedback on the product. This many number customers have told that they will refer the product to their friend, relative, and their circle. So this numbers, so variables are, so this becomes a, so construct is a abstract, and variable, by variable we actually measure, the actual measurement we do as a researcher. Is it clear? Any question? Please ask. Any question till now?
No.
Clear? It is clear? Okay. Okay. So there are various theory. Yeah. So what I am talking about now, you will understand. So it is called ladder of abstraction, right? Ladder of abstraction, right? How abstract? In theory, the terms, you will find that they are abstract. But as a researcher, we have to devise some way to measure. I cannot say this, I cannot say student A's performance is good until and unless I see his or her attendance, marks, and assignment submission, timely assignment submission. I cannot say student performance is good. It does not mean anything, abstract. What do you mean? Say senior management will tell me what do you mean? What I will say, then I will give their attendance record. I will give the this record, marks record, and I will give the timely submission, assignment submission report. These three at least tells, yes, this student performance is good. And then the gradation can be done on A, B, and C. A category, B, and C. Right? Okay, so ladder of abstraction. What do we mean by that? Organization of concepts in sequence from, please note this language, from the most concrete and individual to the most general, right? Most general, student performance. What do you mean by student? First of all, I have to define, yes, attendance, marks, and this. I will take these three elements and I will define, yes, these, then I become some concrete. So from general to concrete, general to concrete. So abstract level, the level of knowledge expressing a concept that exists only as an idea or quality apart from an object. Abstract level. Empirical level, yes, you have to understand this. What is the empirical level? Then see, look, this sentence is very important. The level of knowledge that is verifiable by experience or observation, right, or by some other methods of interview, that is called empirical, right? Suppose I do some study which I cannot measure, I cannot do any study, right? I tell a construct which I cannot measure, right? So it becomes a abstract level. It cannot be researched upon, abstract. But if we can do some study, what data I will collect? See, I collected the attendance data, I collected the marks data, I collected the this one, assignment submission on time, and then I can say yes, empirically I have proved student A is say students XYZ or ABC are the say the top 3 students of the class. So I can say that in this manner because I know the performance. Latent construct. So another concept is latent construct. What is a latent construct? A concept that is not directly observable or measurable, but can be estimated through proxy measures. These two are same. Latent construct and construct are same actually. See, these are some terminologies that you need to learn. Latent construct is same. Why we use the latent? Why you see, every word has a meaning. Please try to understand. Why we say latent? Anyone? Please unmute the.
It changes at a level.
Yes?
It changes at a level.
Yes. But what does this latent means? Why I am calling it latent construct? Construct tha theek tha. Why I am calling latent? Just idea, whatever is coming in your mind, you can share.
Sir, can you repeat it from ladder of abstraction, sir?
Ladder of
Because sir, my network was weak and I was not able to get that.
Okay. So which part you want? My you want the terms
Yes,
to be
sir. Yes, sir. Sir,
ladder.
from the start. Yes, sir.
Okay. See, first, if you see abstraction, what does abstraction means? Abstraction means abstract. I cannot measure something now. Abstract, latent. See these words, which are abstract. Abstract means which we cannot measure, right? जिसको मैं डिफाइन ही नहीं कर पा रहा हूं, so उसको मैं मेजर कैसे करूंगा, right? Suppose I cannot define, say, what example I should give? Something which is not, measurable, right? If some construct is there, then it is called a abstract level, and that is, so ladder of abstraction is organization of concepts in sequence from the most concrete and individual to the most general. Concrete means which I can define. Yeah, customer loyalty. Suppose I am measuring customer loyalty. It's a construct. Now, how we will measure whether my customers are loyal? Number one, I will take the data of how many of them are repurchasing the product, or if it is a service, how many of them are revisiting. Number one. Number two, how many of them are referring to the other customers, right? They are telling their friends, family, and others that yes, you buy this product in such and such X and Y-Z retail store. And number three, it may be that they are buying again and again, right? They are purchasing again and again, so they become a loyalty. So their behavior is changed towards the product or the retail store. So abstraction. See, anything that we cannot measure is abstract. Anything that we can test is called empirical level, right? See, latent construct means which we cannot directly observe or measure. Directly, if I tell you, if you ask me, sir, what is the student performance, right? I won't be able to say anything until and unless I see the marks, attendance, and the assignment data. Okay, so that's why it is called latent. Latent means a concept. See, latent, this construct is also a concept that is not directly observable or measurable. Can I measure loyalty? What do you mean by customer loyalty? Whether the customer, suppose I tell customer loyalty, what it has no meaning actually, if you see. But if I say yes, loyal are those customers who will buy the product again and again, who will spread a good word of mouth for the product to others, right? And they are real. And we can have some other measurement, this one. Okay, so we are having less time. Okay, so yeah, this is your somebody was asking. So this is a very good example. If you are a finance student or whatever you are, so a ladder of abstraction for concept. See, reality is that we have to go. So a machine, this punch press is a machine. Okay, very, very real, very real. How many punch press? Suppose a company, Maruti has, right? Now, what is the plant machinery? And if we add this plant machinery, it will be what are the assets of Maruti. This is the level of ladder of abstraction. That means asset. Suppose I say asset of Maruti. No, asset means many things. What actually I am meaning? I am meaning plant machinery. Again, plant machinery, Maruti, say company like Maruti has different plant types of machinery. What type of plant machinery? It is a punch press. From abstract concept to reality, This is called the ladder of abstraction. Okay, so we have to be a bit okay. Now, another examples. I will give many examples. So, concepts are abstractions of reality. Suppose I want to measure. I look at my screen. I want to measure salesperson job performance, just like student performance. I have measured student performance. Now, suppose you have joined the organization and you are the sales manager. Okay. Now you want to measure the job performance of your salesman. Now, what is job performance? Abstract, very abstract. Until and unless we break it down into, suppose salesperson ke liye what will be? Number of sales calls in a month he made. Number 2, number of sales, actual product sales sold, and the value of the product. Suppose every your marketing person will say, I have done sales of 50 lakhs. Okay, I have sold so many products, I have made so many calls. So all these number of sales calls, number of sales, dollar value of sales, all these are a empirical measurement of sales performance, So let me see, I think in chat some questions are coming. Just 1 minute, give me 1 minute. Let me see the chat server. Okay, no question. You are writing your enrollment and all those, no? Okay, no question. Okay, any question till now? Is it clear? what is a theory, what is a
सर
concept? Yeah.
सर यहाँ पे जैसे सेल्स की थी जॉब परफॉर्मेंस एब्स्ट्रैक्ट लेवल पे सर इसलिए थी ना क्योंकि हम लोग सिर्फ और सिर्फ ऐसे सुन के वो उसको मेजर कर नहीं सकते हैं, मगर
हाँ,
हमें एम्पेरिकल लेवल तक जाना होगा, उन वेरिएबल को हमें मेजर करना होगा, फिर हम लोग परफॉर्मेंस को मेजर करेंगे।
absolutely correct. You are 100% correct. Clear?
यस सर।
Any question? Other questions? Okay, I think very clear. I am going very slow, but I have to speed up now because I have to finish this. Okay. See, hypothesis, I think you are aware. Just can anyone tell me what is a hypothesis? Because see, it will be very much used in research. If not, I will go in greater details. But I know you have studied in the quants, so I am. Let me some of you just tell me what is a hypothesis for 2-3 minutes.
Oh, sir, hypothesis is an assumption we take.
Okay, and what it is actually? You have to explain in details.
Sir, it is an assumption which is not yet proved.
Very good.
Is
Very
yet to be tested.
yes. Tell me.
Sir, which is yet to be tested. Like we take H0 and H8, then we test it, then we come to a conclusion that which is true, like H0 is correct or HA is correct.
Very good. Very good. Any other? What is a hypothesis? You're correct. Very correct. Right. How do we write a hypothesis? Any idea? Because see, all of you have written. You have given first sem. So how do we write a hypothesis?
Sir, H0 will be independent, like both the variable are independent, and HA will be both the variable are dependent on each other in test of independence.
What I did not get this. How do you write a hypothesis? Suppose null. Are you aware null and alternate?
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
H0 is
Yeah.
null and HA is alternate.
Can anyone explain me what is H0 and what is HA?
Sir, H0 defines like both the variables are not dependent on each other. Both the variables are independent, and HA defines both the variables are dependent on each other. Like the two variable if we are studying in our project.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm. Now suppose this is okay. Let me take up. I am not getting whether you are clear or not actually. Just 1 minute. Just I will take. Any other suggestion? What is a hypothesis? How do we write a hypothesis? That is more important.
So we can take an example that in H0, gender and opinion are independent. HA, gender and opinion are dependent. You can take that example.
Okay. Okay.
That's what Lakshmi has want to say that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 So you are having some idea. What I feel you are having some idea, but still I'm not getting. Okay. Fine. Let me see. Okay. 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 Fine. Okay. We are having time. So let me explain you. Okay. See, first of all, I will come to this. Okay. So first of all, two elements are there, right? We write proposition or we write hypothesis, right? So let us understand the difference between a proposition and a hypothesis. Okay. Then I will come to hypothesis. Okay. Because hypothesis, it will take 1 hour. If I enter that topic, it will take minimum 1 hour. So that's why I'm not trying to enter, but let me see. Okay. So proposition, what is a proposition? Statements explaining the logical linkage among certain concepts by asserting a universal connection between concepts, right? That's a proposition. You can call that in theory, we propose. You will find if you read some research paper, they propose a theory, they propose, right? They write the word propose. But you will find when a hypothesis is written, it is not proposed, right? So hypothesis is the actual statement that we are going to prove with empirical data from my research. So there is thin line difference. You have to understand this between proposition, both, although both might, you might have a feel that both are same, but there is a thin line difference. I will explain you that what is the difference between hypothesis and proposition. So just for example, say treating employees, all of us know this is a universal fact, right? Treating employees make better will make the employees loyal, right? So just see my cursor. If you treating employees better, so better employee treatment will lead to loyalty of employees, right? If you remember my last case study, right? If you there was the employee treatment was not better, the salary was not at par with the competitors, right? They have some issue, they had to do some long haul, right? As a result, they were getting cut off from their family, right? So employee treatment, how the company is treating the employee, that will make them more loyal. This is a universal fact, right? Right? We don't write hypothesis like this, that treating employees better will make them more loyal. But when I am writing a hypothesis, I should be must, which is testable, Try to understand. I am telling giving employees 1 Friday off each month will result in low employee turnover, or giving employees increase in 5% retirement benefits will result in low employee turnover, right? So here, see, in the second, in this case, in the hypothesis, I am actually more testable. But here, treating employees better, what does this mean? It can be anything. What does this mean? Treating employees better? It can be many things. It is universal, right? So sometimes students like hypothesis in this way. Treating employees better will make them more loyal. This is not the way of writing a hypothesis. In hypothesis, you should be the variable should be very clear, right? Variable should be clear. What are the variables here? See the hypothesis. Giving employees 1 Friday off, right? 1 Friday off will result in low employee turnover. Low. You can mention that giving employees 1 Friday off, the turnover is 2% low. Exact measurement. So what is the difference between proposition and hypothesis? Hypothesis is a formal statement of an unproven proposition, that is empirically testable. But see, can you test this one? Very difficult. You see, you can test this one also, you can test, but you have to write minimum 5 hypotheses for this proposition. Try to understand this. Is it clear now? Is it clear? What is the difference between proposition and hypothesis?
सर प्रपोजिशन एक बार फिर से बता दो.
Yes, I will do that. If Okay. Okay. See, let us forget the definitions. Don't look at the slide. Just think of proposition is something which is universal, right? I say that if I give good marks, my student will be happy. This is universal. If the student in an academic situation, if I give good marks, the students will be happy, right? So this is a universal. Now, if I say that if I give marks in the range of 80 to 90, or say 80% above, the students will be more happy, or the students' feedback will be good, right? So here what I am doing, what I am trying to do, I am mentioning each one of this. Happy, student will be happy does not make any sense in the previous statement, but student will give feedback in return, right? If I give good marks, right? Just for example, nothing, don't take it in other way, but this is the difference. That means one statement, we should not make any universal statement. We should make a very, very, you know, refined statement which we can test, right? So see, I can test a student is happy. I cannot test the student. Even in online mode, I don't know you are happy, unhappy, I don't know anything. But if I see my feedback, I will understand, yes, my students were happy, right? So I'm giving just example, and suppose I give in the marks in the range of 80 plus to all the students, right? So similarly, one Friday off to each one Friday off in each week will make the employee turnover less. I can write, I should not write that employee happy. I actually employee will be happy if they get, but while we write hypothesis, we must be very specific and it must be testable. हमें टेस्ट भी तो करना है ना, as some of you told that it should be test. So hypothesis we write in such a manner so that we can test. That is the my purpose. So I think very clear now. Okay, yeah, that's you can now see the definitions, everything. So empirical testing, what is empirical testing? Examining a research hypothesis. So first we'll write a hypothesis and we'll go to the market, we'll go to the company, we'll go to the institute, say we'll go to the field. From the field we will collect the data and we will either reject or we will not reject. See, we never say accept hypothesis, never say that. I am not entering hypothesis because it will take 1 hour. So, but if required, I will go later on. Okay. So empirical testing, variables already you know, right? Anything that may assume different numerical values, it is a variable, right? The empirical assessment of a concept. How can we do empirically? We need to write some variable, right? We cannot do, and yes, this is very important. This is also very difficult to understand at this stage. But what is operationalizing the variable? Operationalizing the variable, that means the process of identifying the actual measurement. So my next session will be on measurement scales actually. So I will tell how to operationalize actually. Okay, so the process of identifying the actual measurement scales to assess the variable of interest, right? I will come next session, we'll have 1 hour discussion on this measurement scales. We will have 1 hour discussion on this. Okay, so I'm leaving it for time being. This is a topic, separate topic. Yeah, some of you are see treating. So this is a proposition and hypothesis. Please look here, all of you look here. Proposition: treat employees better. Employees, if employees treated better, employees will be loyal. Universal, we know that, right? This is an abstract level. But what is the empirical level? Increase retirement benefit 5%. देखो एकदम defined है. It is defined well defined, well measurable. I can measure रिटायरमेंट बेनिफिट सपोज 10 लाख मिल रहा था 5% मैंने इंक्रीज कर दिया अभी 10 लाख 12 लाख हो गया 5% से 20% कर दिया तो 12 हो गया 12 लाख so this becomes my increased retirement benefit will reduce annual turnover. This is my hypothesis. See, loyal is a very abstract term, but how can I measure loyalty? I will see that whether my employees are living. If you see, remember my last case, the employees were leaving due to they were not getting some benefits, they were getting less salary, they were not happy. But how do as a manager, I understand. A manager will only understand only when he will check the annual turnover of the employees. कितने employee छोड़ के चले गए? That means they are not loyal. Is it clear or not? Please tell me. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
I think pretty clear. I have given you many examples. Let us move. Yeah, so I will come back again. Okay, so only I will come. This has to be discussed in that length. So it's not okay. So any question? 2-3 minutes left. Please ask any question. Any question till now? Yes, Daksh.
No, sir, it's clear.
Okay. Okay, so let me tell you something. Next week we will have a C1 component. So there will be a case study presentation. Okay, in the groups that have been formed. So there will be a case study presentation. Okay, in the groups. The case I will give it to the CR, and the CR will circulate the cases. Okay. So case study, you have to make a presentation of 6 minutes. Okay, a PPT PowerPoint, and then there will be a question answer session of 4 minutes. So each group will get 10 minutes total time, right? So we will have the C1 component in next week. That means today is 29. So it will be 4th or 5th. 5th, I think. 5th. Whatever it is, next week in the next week class, we will have this C1 part. Okay. Right.
Okay.
So I will give the PPT and my lecture video if you want to the CR. Okay. So I will give my PPTs and everything. So you start, preparing the case study. So today I will give the material, and I will also give you the Zikmund book. Perhaps I am having, it might be 1 year older version, but the versions are not changed much. Only 2-3% changes are there in the book. Okay. So Zikmund is a very good book that is followed in all Premier B schools. So I will give you the Zikmund book also, but the soft copy. I cannot provide you the hard copy. Okay. Is it clear? Any more questions? Any questions? Please ask.
No, sir.
Okay. So let us meet after 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.